Do you want to know how much time you truly have left? Listen to your own body. Your body is revealing to you very important things that help you know how long your lifespan will extend. When you step past the threshold of 70 years old, life must take on a new meaning. Each day, each month, each year that passes becomes more precious than ever, like rare gemstones in the ring of time that is gradually running out. Have you ever asked yourself how many days you have left to enjoy the effects of the morning sunlight, the laughter of loved ones, or simply the feeling of your feet standing firmly on the ground? The truth is that your body has begun to reveal this to you through each movement, each breath. Some people at age 70 are still full of vitality, with bright eyes and a mind as sharp as a young person's, while others feel their body heavy, prolonged fatigue, and illness quietly knocking at the door. What creates the difference between these two people? In this video, we will talk about 7 signs that can reveal how long you might live after age 70. This video is not just baseless speculation. It is based on scientific research and real-life experiences from people who live long and full of vitality. By the end of the video, you will discover the secrets to recognizing the signs that show you are on the right path, and more importantly, the actions you can take today to increase your chances of living long and healthy. Don't miss a single moment, because the smallest things sometimes make the biggest difference for your future. But before getting into the content of today's video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe right now so you don't miss any content. Leave a comment or your opinions below in the comment section. That is the way to powerfully spread the content to everyone. Now let's get started. Sign 1: Walking speed, the pulse of your life. Surprisingly, one of the most important signs showing how long you might live after age 70 is not DNA, health records, or even an optimal diet. Instead, it is your walking speed. It sounds absurd, but after 70 years old, your walking speed is not just a matter of moving from one place to another. It is one of the most powerful indicators of your overall health and your lifespan. Scientists have called it the 6th vital sign, ranking it alongside pulse, blood pressure, breathing rate, body temperature, and oxygen levels in the blood. Why does something as simple as the way you move your feet have such weight in predicting your future? The answer lies in its ability to reflect the harmony of many systems in your body. Muscles, heart, lungs, nervous system, and brain all work together when you walk. A fast and steady speed shows that your muscles are still strong, your heart pumps blood efficiently, your lungs provide oxygen effectively, and your brain coordinates each step precisely. On the other hand, if your steps slow down, feel heavy, or become unsteady, it could signal deeper issues. Weak muscles due to loss of mass, a heart struggling to circulate blood, or nerves failing to send signals could be the cause. Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh in the United States conducted a large study with the participation of more than 35,000 people aged 65 and older, spanning 2 decades. Their findings were truly astonishing. Those who maintained an average walking speed of 1 meter per second, about 3.6 kilometers per hour, lived an average of 10 years longer than those who only reached 0.4 meters per second, about 1.4 kilometers per hour. This is not just a number. It shows that walking speed does not only measure your current state. It forecasts your survival odds in the next decade. So, the next time you step outside, pay attention to your feet. They don't just help you get through the day. They are telling a story about your health and how many chapters you have left. An example of this story will help you visualize it better. Mary, 73 years old, was once an active woman, walking briskly around the local market every morning to buy fresh vegetables. She chatted with neighbors, her steps quick and confident, and she never got tired while carrying bags home. But over the past 2 years, she has slowed down. Now, just after 50 meters, she stops to rest, her legs trembling, her breathing labored. She brushes it off, saying, "At my age, slowing down is normal." What Mary doesn't realize is that her body is sending warning signals. Her leg muscles are shrinking because she has been less active since she retired. Her heart has to work harder to pump blood through arteries that might be partially clogged, and her lungs no longer exchange oxygen as well as they used to. Compare her to James, also 73 years old, a man who enjoys staying active. He walks 30 minutes every morning around the park, his stride steady and firm. He even climbs small hills or speeds up when the weather is cool. James crosses the street with ease and rarely feels out of breath. His ability is not just physical fitness. It is evidence that his heart is healthy, his muscles are robust, and his brain remains sharp in directing his movements. The difference between Mary and James does not only lie in their walking speed. It is a vivid illustration of how overall health shapes lifespan. Mary might have health issues quietly developing, such as weakening muscles, poor blood circulation, or early signs of neurological decline. These issues might not yet cause obvious symptoms, but if she doesn't change her lifestyle, they could become more serious, while James is laying the foundation to thrive for many years to come. The reason why walking speed affects and directly reflects your lifespan is this. Walking speed is a complex process, revealing the inner workings of your body, with each part playing a crucial role in maintaining your health over time. When you walk at a fast pace, the muscles in your legs, such as the calves and thighs, contract powerfully. They draw energy from glycogen stored in the muscles and fat reserves, helping maintain muscle mass and combat age-related muscle atrophy. Your heart beats faster to deliver oxygen-rich blood to the working muscles and organs, promoting circulation and reducing the risk of artery formation, a common threat as you age. Your lungs increase oxygen intake and expel carbon dioxide, maintaining high energy levels and keeping your body functioning smoothly. Meanwhile, your brain, particularly the cerebellum and motor cortex, stays busy. It adjusts your posture, maintains balance, and reacts to the surrounding environment, such as stepping over a curb or avoiding a puddle. Walking quickly outdoors even triggers the release of endorphins, the feel-good hormones that reduce stress and improve your mood, indirectly supporting a longer lifespan. But when you slow down or walk unevenly, trouble might be brewing. Chronic inflammation from inactivity can build up, increasing levels of harmful cytokines that damage tissues. Blood flow to the brain might decrease, reducing nerve responses. Peripheral nerve damage, often linked to diabetes or vitamin B12 deficiency, can also disrupt coordination. These issues don't just hinder movement. They increase the risk of illness and shorten your lifespan. Each step you take is not just motion. It is the pulse of life, reflecting your current vitality and hinting at your future endurance. Scientists have spent decades unraveling the link between walking speed and lifespan, and the evidence is very convincing. A 2011 meta-analysis in the British Medical Journal combined data from 9 studies with more than 34,000 participants aged 65 and older. This analysis discovered that average walking speed predicted survival more accurately than body weight or blood pressure. Those who walked at speeds of 0.8 to 1.2 meters per second had a 50% higher chance of surviving the next 10 years compared to those walking under 0.6 meters per second. Another study from Duke University in 2019 went further. They tracked walking speed in people starting at age 45 and followed them until age 70. The results showed that a slow pace in middle age already foreshadowed health decline in old age, proving that this is a lifelong health marker. You don't need to sprint like an athlete. A steady, comfortable pace that slightly increases your heart rate can significantly change your lifespan trajectory. If you notice your steps slowing down, don't assume it's an inevitable part of aging. Walking speed is something you can improve with small, consistent efforts. Start today with a simple routine. Walk for 10 minutes around your house or neighborhood at a moderate pace, fast enough to quicken your breathing but slow enough to chat. After a few days, extend it to 20 or 30 minutes. Challenge yourself by speeding up for a short stretch, such as 20 meters, then slowly return to normal. To enhance results, add leg strengthening exercises. Try sitting down and standing up from a chair 10 times each day, keeping your back straight and using the chair for support if needed. Or perform calf raises by standing upright, lifting your heels, and lowering them slowly 20 times. For variety, walk on mixed terrain, like a park with gentle slopes, to build muscle and maintain balance. If possible, wear comfortable sneakers and go outside instead of staying indoors. Fresh air and sunlight promote vitamin D production, strengthening your bones and muscles. Make it enjoyable. Listen to your favorite music, walk with friends, or choose a beautiful route to explore. Imagine each faster step as adding a healthy day to your life. Don't let your feet retire early. They are your loyal companions, and with care, they will carry you further in the years ahead. Sign 2. The strength of your hands reveals your lifespan. Are you having trouble opening a bottle cap? Believe it or not, it's up to you, but the strength of your hands reveals many things about your future that you yourself cannot even imagine. After you turn 70 years old, the strength of your grip is not just a measure of your ability to hold objects. It is an important sign of your overall health and a key clue to knowing how long you might live. Grip strength, or the force you can exert with your hands, is a simple but profound indicator that doctors and scientists use to assess the aging process. It reflects the condition of your muscles, the health of your heart and blood vessels, as well as the efficiency of your nervous system. A firm and steady grip shows that your body is still robust. Your muscles are strong, blood circulates well to nourish them, and your brain sends clear signals to control them. But if your grip strength starts to weaken, it's not just about dropping things more often. It could mean bigger problems. You might be losing muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia that makes you frail. Your heart might not be pumping blood as effectively as before, or your nerves might be slowing down, disrupting the connection between your brain and hands. A large study in the Lancet journal followed 140,000 people aged 35 to 70 across 17 countries over 4 years. The findings were clear. For every 5 kilograms that grip strength weakened, the risk of premature death increased by 16%, especially in older adults. Weak grip strength doesn't just affect your hands. It is also related to a higher risk of falls, broken bones, heart disease, and even strokes. It is also a warning about frailty, when your body struggles to handle stress or recover from illness, reducing your lifespan. Your hands are not just tools. They are a mirror reflecting your vitality, and their strength can tell you how well you're holding up against time. Think of 2 people you might know. John, 78 years old, is the kind of person who still greets friends with a firm handshake that makes them smile. He spends a few minutes each day lifting a 2-kilogram weight in his garage, and it shows clearly. John opens stubborn jar lids without a second thought, carries shopping bags from the store to his car with ease, and even helps his grandson rearrange furniture when needed. His hands don't tremble, and he feels as capable as he did a decade ago. Then there's Peter, also 78 years old, who used to be just as strong. However, lately, he has noticed his hands are no longer what they were. He fumbles with his keys, struggles to hold a full teapot without spilling, and finds his fingers tire quickly when trying to write a letter. Peter laughs it off, saying, "It's just old age catching up." But it's more than that. His forearm muscles are shrinking because he rarely uses them anymore. His blood flow isn't as strong, possibly due to years of high blood pressure, and his nerves don't send signals as quickly, making his grip unsteady. John's strong hands prove that his body is still in fighting shape. His muscles are healthy, his circulation is good, and his brain keeps everything in sync. However, Peter's weakening grip suggests he's slipping toward frailty, where everyday tasks become harder and risks like falling increase. The difference between John and Peter doesn't just lie in their hands. It lies in the number of healthy years they can enjoy ahead. Grip strength is a fascinating process that shows how your body works as a team to maintain strength and vitality. When you grip something tightly, like a doorknob or a friend's hand, the muscles in your forearm, especially the flexor muscles, spring into action. These muscles rely on protein stored in your body, which you build through food and exercise. A strong grip means your body is still capable of creating and repairing muscle tissue, resisting the natural breakdown that comes with age. Your blood vessels are just as important. Arteries carry oxygen and nutrients to your hand muscles, while veins take away waste products like lactic acid that build up during effort. A healthy heart keeps this system running smoothly, but if your arteries stiffen due to cholesterol buildup or your heart weakens, your grip suffers because the muscles aren't supplied with enough fuel. Your nervous system is the conductor of this orchestra. Motor neurons in your spinal cord send electrical impulses to your hand muscles, commanding them to squeeze. Your brain's motor cortex refines these commands, ensuring you can pick up a pen or hold a heavy bag without dropping it. A firm grip shows that this communication happens quickly and clearly. But when your grip strength weakens, things start to go wrong. Muscle loss accelerates if you don't move enough or eat enough protein, leaving your hands with less power. Poor circulation from a tired heart or narrowed arteries starves your muscles, making them tire faster. Nerve damage, sometimes from conditions like diabetes or vitamin B12 deficiency, can garble those signals, making your hands shaky or numb. This doesn't stop at your hands. Weak grip strength often means your entire body's muscle mass is declining, increasing the risk of injury and slowing recovery from illness. Each time you squeeze something, it's not just a test of hand strength. It's a test of your body's ability to resist aging. The evidence linking grip strength to lifespan is solid and spans the globe. The Lancet study from 2015, with its 140,000 participants, was built on years of prior research. A 2018 study in the Journal of Gerontology followed 6,000 people over 65 for 5 years. The study found that those with grip strength in the bottom 20% were twice as likely to die during that time compared to the top 20%, even when factors like age and chronic illness were considered. The UK Biobank, tracking 500,000 people aged 40 to 70, provided further evidence. Below-average grip strength increased the risk of death from heart disease by 20% and cancer by 17%. Why does this matter so much? Grip strength reflects your overall muscle health, which helps regulate blood sugar and fight inflammation. It also tracks cardiovascular fitness, keeping your heart and lungs strong. In men, it relates to testosterone levels, which decrease with age but support muscles when preserved. In women, it hints at bone strength, crucial for preventing fractures that can end independence. These findings are not a matter of chance. They show that grip strength is a practical, reliable way to measure how well you're aging, often outperforming complex medical tests. If your hands feel weaker than before, don't see it as a fixed part of aging. You can strengthen your grip with easy, regular efforts, and the rewards will spread beyond your fingers. Start with a basic move. Pick up a tennis ball or a soft stress ball and squeeze it hard for 5 minutes each day, trying to squeeze 20 to 30 times per session. Feel your forearm muscles tighten and relax with each press. For a bit more challenge, buy a hand gripper from a sports shop. These come with adjustable resistance, so start light and do 10 squeezes per hand, 3 times daily, building up as your strength grows. Another simple trick is to take 2 500 milliliter water bottles, one for each hand. Squeeze them tightly for 10 seconds, then rest for 10 seconds, repeating 15 times per hand. This move mimics lifting real objects like bags or tools. If you want, hang a towel over a sturdy bar and grip it to lift your feet slightly off the ground for a few seconds, resting between tries. Make your hands work in daily life. Twist open jars yourself, knead dough if you cook, or carry light items like books or a watering can. These tasks keep your muscles and nerves active. To support your efforts, eat protein-rich foods like eggs, fish, or nuts to rebuild muscle tissue, and spend 15 minutes in sunlight daily for vitamin D to strengthen your bones. Imagine each squeeze as a step toward a stronger body, not just stronger hands. A firm grip doesn't just hold objects. It holds on to your independence and health, paving the way for a longer, fuller life. Sign 3, balance. Standing steady means living longer. How long can you stand on one leg without wobbling or grabbing something for support? And if you can, try doing it right now to see if you can stand on one leg for 10 seconds or not. And keep listening to see how this affects your own lifespan. And if not, how you need to change starting today. After 70 years old, your ability to maintain balance is not just a fun trick to show off. It is a critical sign of your health and a powerful predictor of the number of years you have left to live. Balance reflects the coordination of your muscles, nerves, inner ear, and brain, making it a full-body health test in just one simple test. Doctors and researchers value this ability highly because it shows how well you can stay upright and avoid falls, which become a major threat as you age. A steady stance means your legs and core muscles are solid, your nervous system responds quickly, and your brain keeps everything in sync. But if you struggle to balance, even for a few seconds, it's not just a stumble. It could signal weak muscles from lack of use, a sluggish nervous system, or even early brain decline. A study from Kyushu University in Japan followed 1,000 people over 70 years old for a decade. The results were truly astonishing. Those who couldn't stand on one leg for more than 10 seconds were 3 times more likely to fall, and falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in older adults, often due to hip fractures or head trauma. Poor balance also suggests deeper issues. It is related to sarcopenia, muscle loss, vestibular problems, inner ear dysfunction, and cognitive decline, including early signs of Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease. Falling isn't the only risk. Difficulty balancing can mean your body is less resilient, increasing the risk of disability or illness. Your ability to stand firm is not just about avoiding a fall. It's about standing tall in life, showing that your body can still handle the challenges of aging. Imagine 2 women you might know. Sarah, 72 years old, is a regular at her local yoga class. She practices standing on one leg every morning while brushing her teeth, holding the pose for 20 seconds. Without any swaying. Sarah walks confidently through her garden, steps over uneven stones, and quickly turns to greet a neighbor without losing her balance. Her balance keeps her active and independent. Then there's Emily, also 72 years old, who used to enjoy long walks but has neglected exercise in recent years. When she tries to stand on one leg, she lasts less than 3 seconds before reaching for the wall, her body tilting and knees trembling. Lately, Emily trips more often, stumbles when turning to answer the doorbell, and feels unsteady even on flat ground. She thinks it's just a quirky habit of old age. But things are not that simple. Sarah's steady balance shows that her leg muscles are very strong, her inner ear keeps her oriented, and her brain adjusts her posture instantly. However, Emily's wobbling suggests that her hip and ankle muscles have weakened due to sitting too much, her vestibular system might be malfunctioning, and her brain isn't processing signals as quickly. Sarah's stability protects her from falls and keeps her mind sharp. Emily's unsteadiness puts her at risk of injury and hints that her body is losing its edge. The gap between them doesn't just lie in their footing. It's also in how long they can maintain health and activity. Balance is a complex dance of biology that keeps you upright and thriving. When you stand on one leg, your body calls on a team of players. Your leg muscles, like the calves and thighs, and your core muscles, like the abs and lower back, contract to keep you steady. These muscles rely on energy from stored glycogen and a steady supply of oxygen to work without tiring. Your vestibular system, located in your inner ear, acts like a built-in gyroscope. Tiny hair cells in fluid-filled canals detect your head's position and send updates to your brain, helping you know which way is up. Your eyes also pitch in, scanning the room to provide your brain with a visual map. The cerebellum, a small but powerful part of your brain, takes all this data and fine-tunes your posture, sending signals through motor neurons to adjust your muscles in real time. Even your skin helps, with pressure sensors in your feet telling your brain where you're grounded. A solid balance means this system runs smoothly. Your muscles are toned, your inner ear is sharp, and your brain processes everything quickly. But when balance falters, the team falls apart. Weak muscles from inactivity can't hold you up, often due to sarcopenia or low protein intake. A dizzy inner ear, perhaps from aging or infections, throws off your sense of space. Nerve damage, such as from diabetes, slows those signals, and a declining cerebellum, possibly from reduced blood flow or early dementia, struggles to keep up. Poor balance doesn't just trip you up. It signals a body less able to adapt, increasing the risk of falls, fractures, and even brain decline. Every second you stand steady is a victory for your health. The link between balance and lifespan is proven by solid science. The Kyushu University study from 2012 tested 1,000 older adults and followed them for 10 years. Those who balanced on one leg for less than 10 seconds had a tripled risk of falling, and 84% of falls led to injuries requiring medical care. A 2021 study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine went deeper. It followed 1,700 people aged 51 to 75 and found that failing a 10-second one-leg balance test increased the risk of death from any cause by 84% over the next decade. Why? Balance is tied to muscle strength, which fights frailty, and brain health, which prevents cognitive decline. Another study from the University of Illinois in 2018 used brain scans on 200 seniors. Those with poor balance showed more white matter damage in the brain, a sign of reduced connectivity related to Alzheimer's risk. Balance isn't just about the physical. It's a marker of how well your nervous system and muscles resist the wear and tear of aging. Testing it is simple. Stand on one leg, eyes open, and time yourself. Less than 10 seconds. It's a wake-up call to act. If balancing feels harder than before, don't see it as hopeless. You can regain your stability with small, steady efforts, and the reward is a stronger, safer body. Start with a basic move. Stand near a table or chair for safety, lift 1 foot an inch off the ground, and hold for 5 seconds. Do this 5 times per leg daily, aiming to reach 10 seconds as you improve. Feel your ankle and hip muscles engage. Next, try a heel-to-toe walk. Line your feet up as if you're on a tightrope, step forward 10 times, and turn around slowly. This sharpens your coordination. If you're ready, stand on one leg while brushing your teeth, closing your eyes for an extra challenge, building up to 20 seconds. For a fun twist, join a Tai Chi class once a week. Its slow, flowing moves train your muscles and brain together. In daily life, walk on uneven surfaces like grass or gravel to wake up your feet sensors, or stand on one leg while waiting for the kettle to boil. Support your progress with strength exercises. Do 10 calf raises daily, lifting your heels and lowering them slowly. Add protein-rich foods like yogurt or beans to nourish your muscles, and get enough sleep to keep your brain sharp. Imagine each steady moment as a shield against falls and a boost to your brain. Good balance doesn't just keep you upright. It keeps you in the game of life, strong and sure for years to come. Sign 4. Your sleep patterns. Do you wake up feeling refreshed, or do you drag yourself out of bed in a state of exhaustion? After 70 years old, whether you sleep well is not just related to feeling healthy the next day. It is the foundation of your health and a major clue to knowing how long you will live. Most of what I've heard is that it's a disease that everyone always thinks is common in old age, which is insomnia and not sleeping well. But don't worry, listen to this, it will help you have the right perspective and the complete change to improve your sleep. Sleep is not just a period of rest for your body. It is when your body repairs itself, your immune system is strengthened, and your brain removes waste that could harm it. Doctors and researchers consider sleep patterns a vital sign of the aging process because they affect every aspect of your well-being. A deep, stable sleep from 7 to 8 hours signals that your body is in rhythm. Your heart gets rest, your muscles are restored, and your mind stays sharp. But if your nights are restless, interrupted, or too short, it's not just fatigue at stake. Poor sleep increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, memory loss, and a weaker immune system, all of which can shorten your lifespan. A study from Harvard University followed 2,800 people over 70 years old for 6 years. Those who slept well, averaging 7 hours of quality rest, had a 30% lower risk of heart problems and lived longer than those averaging under 6 hours. Poor sleep doesn't just make you groggy. It is also linked to inflammation, high blood pressure, and even Alzheimer's disease, because the brain cannot flush out toxic proteins like beta-amyloid during poor rest. After 70 years old, your need for sleep doesn't decrease, but your ability to get it might, making it a precious marker. Your nights are not just downtime. They are a factory for health, and how well that factory operates can determine how many years you have left. Think of two people you might know. Henry, 76 years old, has a sleep routine like clockwork. He turns off the TV at 9:30 p.m., reads a book in dim light, and climbs into bed at 10 o'clock. Within 15 minutes, he's asleep, sleeping soundly for 7 hours, waking up at 6 a.m. with a clear mind and ready for his morning walk. Henry rarely gets sick, remembers names easily, and keeps his energy up all day. Then there's William, also 76 years old, whose nights are terrible. He stays up past midnight scrolling on his phone, falls asleep fitfully, and wakes up 4 or 5 times, sometimes to use the bathroom, sometimes just because of restlessness. By morning, he's lucky to get 5 hours total, staggering out of bed groggy and irritable. William attributes it to old age insomnia, but it's actually more serious. Henry's regular sleep keeps his body functioning. His heart rate drops to a healthy low at night, his immune cells recharge, and his brain washes away waste, keeping his memory sharp. However, William's unstable nights are wearing him down. His blood pressure spikes due to stress hormones, his brain builds up junk that clouds his thinking, and his body skips the necessary recovery time, leaving him prone to colds and fatigue. Henry's rest sets him up for a long, active life. William's lack of it weakens him. The difference isn't just in their mornings. It's in their futures. Sleep is a powerhouse of biology that keeps you healthy and alive. When you sink into deep, uninterrupted slumber, your body shifts gears. Your heart slows down, blood pressure drops by 10 to 20%, giving your cardiovascular system a break from the day's work. Muscles relax but don't idle. They use nutrients from your last meal, like protein and glucose, to heal tiny tears and restore strength. Your immune system goes into full operation, producing T cells and cytokines to fight infections and heal damage. The real magic happens in your brain. During deep sleep, the glymphatic system, a waste-clearing network, flushes out toxins like beta-amyloid and tau proteins, which build up daily and are linked to Alzheimer's if left unchecked. Your brain waves slow to delta rhythms, consolidating memories and pruning unneeded connections, keeping your mind sharp. Hormones balance too. Growth hormone peaks to repair tissues, while cortisol, the stress hormone, drops to calm inflammation. A good night's sleep keeps this symphony in tune. But when sleep fragments or shortens, the music stops. Your heart doesn't rest enough, increasing blood pressure and strain. Muscles miss their repair window, weakening over time. Immunity falters, leaving you open to illness. The brain's cleanup crew clocks out early, letting toxins pile up and cloud your focus. Cortisol stays high, sparking inflammation that harms blood vessels and organs. Poor sleep after 70 often stems from a thinning sleep cycle, where deep stages shrink, or from habits like late coffee or screen time. Each hour lost isn't just rest gone. It's health lost, chipping away at your lifespan. The science on sleep and lifespan is strong and growing. The Harvard study from 2016, with its 2,800 seniors, found that those sleeping less than 6 hours nightly had a 30% higher risk of heart disease and a 25% shorter lifespan than those getting 7 to 8 hours. A 2020 study in the journal Neurology scanned the brains of 4,400 older adults. Those with poor sleep showed more beta amyloid buildup, doubling their Alzheimer's risk over 5 years. Why? Sleep clears this junk, and without it, your brain ages faster. Another trial from the University of Chicago in 2019 tested 3,000 people over 65. Short sleepers, under 6 hours, had 40% weaker immune responses to flu vaccines, showing how rest protects against illness. The Journal of Sleep Research in 2021 linked poor sleep to a 20% higher risk of diabetes in seniors, as insulin sensitivity drops without rest. These studies aren't guesses. They prove that sleep isn't optional. It's a lifeline, especially after 70, when your body needs it most to fight aging's toll. If your sleep is uneven or short, don't think it's too late to fix. You can reclaim restful nights with simple, stable changes, and the benefits will lift your entire body. Start with a routine. Choose a bedtime, such as 10 p.m., and stick to it every night, even on weekends. Wind down an hour earlier by turning off screens. Blue light from phones or TVs blocks melatonin, the sleep hormone, keeping you awake. Instead, read a book or listen to soft music. Keep your room dark, cool, around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, and quiet, using curtains or a fan if needed. Cut caffeine after 2 p.m., as it lingers in your system for hours, and skip heavy meals or alcohol near bedtime. They disrupt deep sleep. Try a pre-sleep ritual. Sip a cup of chamomile tea, which soothes nerves, or do a 5-minute breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. This slows your heart and eases you into sleep. Get morning sunlight for 15 minutes to set your body clock, helping you sleep better at night. If you wake up often, don't lie there worrying. Get up, sit quietly for 10 minutes, then return to bed. For extra help, gently stretch your legs before sleep to ease restlessness. Eat a banana or a handful of almonds in the evening. The magnesium in almonds relaxes muscles. Picture each good night as a reset button, healing your heart, brain, and strength. Solid sleep doesn't just recharge you. It rebuilds you, adding healthy years to your life. Sign 5. Your appetite and eating habits. Do you still enjoy your meals, or has food lost its appeal? After 70 years old, your appetite and eating habits are not just about taste or hunger. They are a fundamental sign of your health and a strong hint about how long you will thrive. Eating well keeps your body functioning like a well-tuned engine. It provides energy for your muscles, supports your immune system, and fuels your brain. A healthy appetite, combined with a balanced diet, shows that your body is receiving what it needs to repair itself, fight illness, and stay strong. But if your appetite gradually decreases, meals become smaller, or you skip them entirely, it's not just a quirk of aging. It's a warning sign. Poor eating can signal digestive problems, hormone changes, or even early mental decline, all of which sap your vitality. A study from Uppsala University in Sweden followed 1,200 people over 70 years old for 8 years. Those with a declining appetite were twice as likely to become frail, a state of weakness that increases the risk of falls, infections, and early death. Losing interest in food often leads to muscle loss, sarcopenia, weaker bones, and a sluggish immune system, reducing your resilience. It's also related to weight loss, which sounds harmless but in older adults can mean less energy, more fatigue, and a shorter lifespan. After 70 years old, you need protein for muscles, calcium for bones, and vitamins to keep organs running, but appetite can wane due to a slower metabolism or health issues. Your relationship with food is not just about filling your stomach. It's about fueling your future, and how well you eat can shape the number of years you have left. Imagine two women you might know. Margaret, 74 years old, loves her kitchen. She cooks 3 meals a day, filling her plate with steamed fish, colorful vegetables, brown rice, and a piece of fruit for dessert. Margaret savors every bite, maintains a steady weight, and is full of energy for her daily tasks, like tending flowers or visiting friends. She rarely gets sick and feels as lively as she did at 60. Then there's Susan, also 74 years old, who used to enjoy cooking but now hardly bothers. She's lost her hunger, skips breakfast, nibbles on a cracker for lunch, and heats up a frozen dinner at night if she eats at all. Susan has dropped 10 pounds in a year without trying, feels tired most days, and thinks, "I don't need much food anymore." But it's not that simple. Margaret's hearty appetite keeps her body strong. Her muscles get protein to stay firm, her bones get calcium to remain dense, and her immune system gets vitamins to fight off germs. However, Susan's fading appetite is starving her system. Her muscles are thinning due to lack of protein, her energy dips without enough calories, and her defenses weaken, leaving her prone to colds and falls. Margaret's meals build her up for a long, active life. Susan's neglect pulls her toward frailty. The difference doesn't just lie in their plates. It lies in their health and how long they can maintain independence. Eating well is a biological lifeline that keeps your body going after 70. When you enjoy a good meal, your digestive system breaks down food into fuel. Proteins from meat or beans repair muscle fibers worn by daily use, keeping you strong enough to climb stairs or lift a bag. Carbohydrates from grains or potatoes turn into glucose, powering your cells and brain for focus and stamina. Fats from nuts or fish build cell walls and hormones, while vitamins like C from oranges boost immunity and D from sunlight strengthen bones with calcium. Your stomach and intestines host trillions of gut bacteria, fed by fiber from vegetables, which fight inflammation and keep digestion smooth. Hormones play a role too. Ghrelin, the hunger signal, rises before you eat, and leptin, the fullness signal, balances it after. A healthy appetite means this system is in sync. But when appetite drops, the machinery stalls. Poor digestion, from low stomach acid or enzyme decline, can curb hunger, common after 70. Hormone changes, like less ghrelin, dull your drive to eat. Stress or depression can trick your brain into skipping meals, while early dementia might muddle hunger cues. Without enough food, your body cannibalizes muscle for energy, bones become brittle from missing nutrients, and immunity fades, letting infections creep in. Inflammation rises too, as an empty gut disrupts those helpful bacteria. Each bite you take isn't just nourishment. It's a building block for a longer, stronger life. The science linking appetite to lifespan is clear and convincing. The Uppsala University study from 2017 followed 1,200 seniors and found that those losing appetite doubled their frailty risk, with 60% more falls and a 40% higher death rate over 8 years. A 2019 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tested 900 older adults. Those eating less than 20 grams of protein daily, versus 70 grams recommended, lost an additional 25% of muscle mass in 3 years, increasing frailty odds. Research from the University of Sydney in 2020 linked unintentional weight loss from poor appetite to a 30% shorter lifespan in people over 70, as the body lacks reserves to fight illness. Another study in the journal Neurology in 2021 found that appetite loss in seniors often preceded Alzheimer's by years, hinting at brain changes affecting hunger signals. Why does this matter? Eating enough keeps muscles robust, bones solid, and immunity sharp, all shields against aging's blows. Skimp on food, and you skimp on life. These findings aren't theories. They're proof that appetite isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for lasting health. If you're losing appetite or feel meals are a burden, don't let it slip by. You can revive your hunger and eating habits with practical steps, boosting your body's strength and years. Start by making food tempting. Cook dishes you loved in your youth, like a hearty stew or grilled chicken, and add spices like garlic or ginger to wake up your taste buds, which fade with age. Eat smaller, more frequent meals, such as 4 or 5 times a day, instead of 3 big ones. A handful of nuts, a cup of yogurt, or a slice of fish with rice keeps energy steady without overwhelming you. Focus on nutrient powerhouses. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal with eggs, turkey, or lentils to rebuild muscle. Add calcium-rich cheese or greens for bones, and colorful fruits like berries for vitamins. Sip water all day, 6 to 8 glasses, since thirst can mask hunger loss in old age. If chewing's hard, blend soups or smoothies with spinach, banana, and a spoonful of peanut butter. Eat with others when you can, like friends or family, as company sparks appetite. Move a bit before meals, a 10-minute walk, to stir hunger hormones. Reduce stress, which kills appetite, with a 5-minute breathing break. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. If weight's dropping, see a doctor to check digestion or mood, as issues like low stomach acid or depression might lurk. Picture each meal as fuel for your muscles, bones, and spirit. Eating well doesn't just fill you up. It builds you up, paving the way for a longer, healthier life. Sign 6, ability to handle stress. Calmness extends your lifespan. How do you react when life throws a curveball, like a sudden bill or a family argument? After 70 years old, your ability to handle stress is not just about keeping calm. It is a crucial marker of your health and a strong indicator of how long you will live. Stress is not just a mental burden. It is a physical force that ripples throughout your body, affecting your heart, brain, and immune system. Handling it well keeps you resilient, while letting it fester can make you break down quickly. A calm response to life's pressures shows that your body can adapt without breaking. Your heart stays steady, your mind stays clear, and your defenses stay strong. But if stress overwhelms you, lingering as worry or irritability, it's not just a bad day. It's a health hazard. Chronic stress floods your system with cortisol, a hormone that, if excessive, raises blood pressure, weakens immunity, and accelerates aging. A study from the University of California tracked 2,500 people over 70 years old for 7 years. Those who managed stress effectively had a 25% lower risk of dying early compared to those who couldn't. Poor stress handling is linked to heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, and even Alzheimer's, as it inflames your body and brain. After 70 years old, your stress response can thin, making you more vulnerable, but how you cope can still shape your fate. Your ability to stay calm is not just a mood. It's a shield, and how well you wield it can determine how many healthy years you have left. Think of 2 men you might know. David, 76 years old, faces life's ups and downs with steady hands. When his car breaks down or a doctor's visit brings bad news, he takes a deep breath, sits quietly for a moment, and figures out a plan. David chats with friends to lighten his load, walks in the park to clear his mind, and sleeps soundly at night. He stays healthy, with stable blood pressure and a sharp memory. Then there's Michael, also 76 years old, who lets stress take over. A late bill or a noisy neighbor sets him off, and he spends hours fretting, pacing, or snapping at his family. Michael brushes it off as, just how I am, but it's taking a toll on him. He loses sleep at night and is often tired or sick. David's calm approach keeps his body in balance. His heart doesn't race under pressure, his immune system stays strong, and his brain remains focused. However, Michael's constant stress keeps him on edge. His blood pressure rises, his defenses drop, and his mind fogs from lack of rest. David's peace builds a foundation for a long life. Michael's tension erodes his health, step by step. The difference doesn't just lie in their tempers. It's in their lifespans. Handling stress is a biological dance that can either protect or harm you. When stress hits, your body flips a switch. The hypothalamus in your brain signals your adrenal glands to release cortisol and adrenaline, revving up your heart and lungs for a fight or flight response. Your blood pressure rises, sugar floods your bloodstream for energy, and your senses sharpen. In short bursts, this helps you tackle a problem, like jumping out of a car's path. When you manage stress well, your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, kicks in afterward. It slows your heart, lowers cortisol, and calms inflammation, letting your body reset. Your immune system churns out T cells to fight germs, and your brain releases dopamine to lift your mood. A good response keeps this cycle smooth. But if stress drags on, the system jams. Cortisol stays high, spiking blood pressure and straining your heart's arteries. It suppresses immunity, cutting white blood cells and leaving you open to colds or worse. In your brain, chronic stress shrinks the hippocampus, the memory center, and overworks the amygdala, the fear hub, clouding your thinking and raising anxiety. Inflammation flares too, as cortisol triggers cytokines that damage tissues over time. After 70 years old, your stress buffer thins, and poor coping, like ruminating or bottling up, amplifies this harm. Each calm moment you claim isn't just relief. It's a reset that keeps your body young and strong. The science linking stress management to lifespan is solid and striking. The University of California study from 2018 with 2,500 seniors found that those who handled stress poorly had a 25% higher chance of early death, with 40% more heart issues. A 2020 study in psychosomatic medicine tested 3,000 adults over 65. High cortisol from chronic stress raised stroke risk by 35% and diabetes by 20%, as it disrupts insulin. Research from King's College London in 2019 scanned the brains of 1,800 older adults. Poor stress copers showed faster hippocampus shrinkage, upping Alzheimer's odds by 30% over 5 years. Why? Stress inflames the body, hardens arteries, and starves the brain of calm. A 2021 study in The Lancet Psychiatry linked chronic stress in seniors to a 15% weaker immune response to vaccines, showing how it saps defenses. These aren't guesses. They prove that stress isn't just mental. It's physical, and mastering it after 70 can add years to your life. If stress feels like a runaway train, don't think you're stuck. You can tame it with simple, steady habits, and the rewards will strengthen your whole body. Start with mindfulness. Sit quietly for 5 minutes daily, focusing on your breath. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. This slows your heart and cuts cortisol. Build to 10 minutes as it feels natural. Move your body. Walk outside for 15 minutes, letting fresh air and trees lift your mood, as nature lowers stress hormones. Try a body scan. Lie down, close your eyes, and focus on each part of you, from toes to head, relaxing each spot for 10 seconds. It eases tension. Laugh more. Watch a funny show or call a friend who makes you laugh, as laughter drops cortisol and boosts endorphins. Limit triggers. Cut news or phone time if they wind you up, especially before bed. Write worries down. Spend 5 minutes jotting what's bothering you, then set it aside. It clears your head. If sleep's off, sip chamomile tea an hour before bed, calming nerves. Eat dark chocolate or walnuts, rich in magnesium, to soothe your system. Picture each calm choice as a brick in a wall against stress. Mastering it doesn't just settle your mind. It fortifies your heart, brain, and years ahead. Sign 7. Social connections, relationships lengthen your life. How often do you chat with friends, visit family, or share a laugh with someone close? After 70 years old, your social connections are not just about enjoying companionship. They are a vital sign of your health and one of the clearest predictors of your lifespan. Relationships don't just uplift your spirit. They strengthen your body and mind in ways that solitude cannot. A robust social network keeps your heart healthy, your immune system sharp, and your brain active. It's not just about having people around. It's about meaningful relationships that give you purpose and support. Strong connections show that your life is rich with interaction, helping you resist stress and decline. But if you're isolated, spending days alone with little contact, it's not just loneliness at stake. It's your lifespan. Isolation acts like a silent toxin, increasing the risk of heart disease, depression, and dementia. A landmark study from Brigham Young University analyzed 148 studies with over 300,000 people. The study found that tight social ties reduce the risk of early death by 50%, a greater boost than quitting smoking or exercising daily. However, weak relationships or loneliness hit hard after 70, when you need support the most. They are linked to higher blood pressure, weaker immunity, and faster cognitive decline, shortening many years of your lifespan. Your relationships are not just a privilege. They are a lifeline, and how well you nurture them can shape how long you stay healthy and alive. Imagine two women you might know. Eleanor, 78 years old, thrives on connection. She meets her book club weekly, calls old friends to catch up, and hosts Sunday dinners for her children and grandchildren. Eleanor is always laughing, swapping stories, and planning her next outing. She feels energized, rarely gets sick, and keeps her wits sharp. Then there's Barbara, also 78 years old, who has drifted into solitude. She used to love gatherings, but now she stays home, avoiding calls and visits, thinking, "I don't want to bother anyone." Barbara spends hours alone, watching TV or staring out the window, her days quiet and empty. She's tired more often, forgetful, and catches every bug going around. Eleanor's bustling social life keeps her strong. Her heart beats better with less stress, her brain fires from constant chatter, and her immune system hums with positivity. However, Barbara's isolation drags her down. Her blood pressure creeps up from loneliness, her mind dulls without stimulation, and her body weakens without joy. Eleanor's ties build her up for a long, vibrant life. Barbara's solitude undermines her health day by day. The difference doesn't just lie in their schedules. It's in the years ahead. Social connections trigger a cascade of biological reactions that help you thrive. When you talk, laugh, or hug someone, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, calming your nerves and lowering cortisol, the stress culprit. Your heart benefits too. Oxytocin reduces blood pressure and inflammation, easing strain on arteries and reducing heart disease risk. Dopamine and serotonin, feel-good chemicals, flood your system during good company, sharpening focus and lifting mood. Your immune system joins the party. Social interaction boosts T cells and antibodies, arming you against infections, while reducing inflammatory cytokines that age you. The brain loves it most. Chatting or problem-solving with others fires up your prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, strengthening memory and warding off decline. Even your gut perks up, as lower stress from connection balances gut bacteria, aiding digestion. But isolation flips this script. Loneliness spikes cortisol, stressing your heart and raising blood sugar. It dampens immunity, dropping white blood cells and leaving you vulnerable. Your brain shrinks from lack of use, with the hippocampus losing volume and the amygdala overreacting to fear, a dementia risk. Inflammation rises, harming tissues and organs. After 70 years old, your social needs don't fade, but isolation's toll grows, making connection a biological must. Each warm exchange isn't just fun. It's a dose of life, fortifying your body against time. The evidence on social ties and lifespan is very clear. The Brigham Young University meta-analysis from 2015, covering 300,000 people, showed tight relationships slashed mortality risk by 50%, outpacing many health habits. A 2019 study in The Lancet tracked 7,000 seniors over 8 years. Those with few ties had a 40% higher chance of heart disease and 35% more depression, both life-shorteners. Research from Harvard's 80-year grant study, starting in 1938, found that close relationships in midlife predicted health past 70 better than cholesterol or IQ. Why? Connection reduces stress, a killer. A 2020 neurology study of 2,200 older adults linked loneliness to a 30% faster cognitive decline, with brain scans showing more Alzheimer's markers. The Journal of Immunology in 2021 tested 1,500 seniors. Isolated ones had 25% weaker vaccine responses, proving social bonds boost immunity. These aren't flukes. They show relationships aren't optional. They're a health pillar, especially after 70, when isolation hits hardest. If you feel cut off, don't think it's permanent. You can rebuild connections with small, steady steps, and the gains will lift your whole being. Start simple. Call a friend or relative weekly for a 10-minute chat, just to say hi or share a memory. It sparks oxytocin and eases you in. Join a group. Find a local club, like gardening or cards, meeting once a month, to share interests and smiles. Volunteer if you can, helping at a food bank or library for a few hours weekly, blending purpose with people. Invite someone over. Cook a light meal or have tea with a neighbor, keeping it easy. Use technology smartly. Video call a grandchild or friend far away, but limit mindless scrolling that isolates. Go outside. Sit in a park or cafe, striking up small talk with strangers to feel the buzz of life. Write a letter or card to someone you've lost touch with, rekindling a bond. Move a bit. Walk with a buddy, as exercise doubles the social lift. Eat together. Share a snack with someone, as food bonds. Picture each connection as a thread weaving a stronger you. Strong ties don't just warm your heart. They bolster your body, stretching your lifespan with health and joy. Now, as you've understood the 7 vital health signs including walking speed, hand strength, ability to balance, sleep quality, eating appetite, stress management, and social connections, take a moment to reflect on yourself. Where do you stand in your health journey? Do you feel your body is still full of energy, flexible, and ready to enjoy life? Or are signs like slowing steps, weakening hand strength, or restless sleep quietly reminding you that it's time to make a change? The good news is, none of these are unchangeable. No matter what state you're in, you can still take action to improve your quality of life and extend your lifespan. Don't let worries from a doctor become your motivation. Start today with small changes. Stand up and walk around the house. Try speeding up your steps a bit to test your leg strength. Spend a few minutes squeezing a small ball to restore hand strength. Try balancing by standing on one leg while brushing your teeth. Turn off your phone earlier to get deeper, better quality sleep. Cook a delicious meal with lots of greens and lean meat to nourish your body. Call an old friend, laugh together, and reconnect. When stress hits, take time to breathe deeply, helping your mind calm down before reacting. Each small action isn't just a simple change, they are foundations building sustainable health for your future. Living long isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding health, joy, and meaning to every day you live. What do you think about these suggestions? Thank you for sharing a sign you've noticed in yourself and one thing you'll try to change starting today. I'm really looking forward to hearing your story. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please subscribe and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.